Hey, what's up, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. Time for the NFL Week 5 Top 5 Countdown. 5 plays coming up on this update. All 5 go on Sunday, October 5th, 2025. We'll get to those. A little bit later, we'll tell you about what we got going this week in NFL and college football. That's all coming up in just a bit. Real quick note, if you're not yet a member over at DocSports.com, if you want, you can click on that link below the video, get yourself set up for a free $60 account, which you can then use on any of our daily packages at DocSports.com. It's a real cool way to get DocSports.com a trial run. Time for the top 5 countdown for Sunday. Number 5, under 47, Commanders and Chargers. And by the way, these numbers are current as of 6:30 p.m. Eastern time on Friday evening. Playing the under in this game, everybody. Jaden Daniels healthy, but I expect more of a defensive battle in this contest. The Chargers are missing 3 offensive linemen that they were counting on before the season began. The latest to get injured is Joe Alt. It was reported all over the place last week at the end of the game against the Giants. Herbert had 41 dropbacks. Only 14 times did he felt some clean pockets. The rest under pressure. Going to play hardball football here, I think, which means he's going to want to run the football a little bit more in this game, and also quick hitters as far as the passing game is concerned to help out with that offensive line. I like this game to stay under. That Charger defense, still a tough nut to crack, and I think they'll harass the Commanders in this one enough to keep it a lower scoring game than the books have posted. Number 4 play, Texans and the Ravens doing battle. Folks, I like the Ravens here, plus 1.5. I do believe this game probably lands 44, 45 total points by the time it's said and done. The majority scored by the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson left last week's game. They were thoroughly embarrassed. He got hurt. I was texting, as I always do during games, 3 or 4 other bettors here in Las Vegas. And I had mentioned I'm on Baltimore next week. You know what that number is going to be if Lamar can't play? It's going to be adjusted quite a bit. And I do believe without Lamar and off the horribly embarrassing defeat and with their record, what it is right now, Baltimore is going to refocus and be focused like they've not been this entire season, maybe since the Buffalo game. So I do believe Baltimore bounces back. Cooper Rush has NFL experience, and I'm not too concerned about what Houston can do on the opposite side of the football. I think they'll score in double digits, but not get to 20. And I think Baltimore wins this game. We like Baltimore on number 4 play in the countdown. Number 3 play, we head to London, England, 9:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff. Going to take the Browns here, plus 3.5 over Minnesota. And I've talked on these shows and other shows, VSiN and all the other networks, how much I like this Browns defense. I mean, who doesn't, right? They're playing outstanding, stellar football. I think as the season progresses, if they don't get any help from the offense, they're eventually going to wilt, going to wear down a little bit, attrition, all that stuff. But as far as right now, they're playing extremely well. The offense makes an important change this week at quarterback with Gabriel out of Oregon, because they need somebody who can escape pressure. And what does Minnesota do? Blitz, blitz, and blitz some more. That would not have been good for Flacco. That would not have been good for Cleveland. Minnesota, by the way, a mess with injuries right now. 3 offensive linemen gone. Van Ginkel, one of the key cogs of their pass rush, he's injured. I like the Cleveland Browns here, plus the 3.5 in a game that starts early again in London, England. Number 2 play, a prop. We're heading out to the desert. It is the Arizona Cardinals and tight end McBride over 63.5 receiving yards. Guys, we've been doing the props here at Docs for quite a while now, and I love looking at tight ends who are in great spots. Perfect example was that Niners-Rams game the other night on Thursday, in which our prop happened to be Tongas, the tight end for the Niners. And I had talked on radio earlier in the day and wrote it up that the Niners were banged up a wide receiver, and they basically had 3 targets because they didn't have Kittle. He's been out. So you got McCaffrey, you got Tongas, maybe one other receiver, and I felt they would go to him quite often. He ended up with, I think, 41 receiving yards. Over-under was 27.5. Rams not that great against tight ends anyway. Kind of the same thing here. I mean, the Cardinals are banged up badly as far as the running back room is concerned. They're not getting great play from the wide receivers, but McBride gets open. He finds lanes. How about 35 targets for this tight end in 4 games, averaging 6 receptions per game? He might get a little more than that here. I like him over 63.5 receiving yards. Number 2 play, McBride, the tight end for the Cardinals. Real quick note of what's going on for me this weekend, and we'll jump into the top play in the countdown. 7-unit college football tops 3 plays in Saturday's college action. 6-unit tops this week's NFL card on Sunday. Multiple game card, 6 plays in all. We've gone 71% college and pro football sides and totals since September 13th. And you can look at the overall record in college and pro football going back to mid-September. 82-54, up over $8,500. All my plays found on my homepage at DocSports.com. Got an evening game for the 7-star on Saturday. If you're watching it before Saturday evening, you can still jump on board with that one. All right, to the top play in the countdown for Week 5. It is the New Orleans Saints. Yep, the Saints, -2 over the Giants. We know about Jackson Dart. Starts his first NFL game last week, wins the game. Not overly impressive. Some real cool plays here and there, but he threw for only 111 yards, 13 of 20 passing. Held on to the ball too long at times, ran out of the pocket a little bit too early at times, and it led to 6 sacks against him. Now, the Giants are going to, last week they benefited from those Charger mistakes, by the way. They scored more than half their points off of Charger turnovers. Dart no longer has Malik Neighbors, outstanding wide receiver, as you guys know. He's gone with the ACL. New Orleans wants to run the football. They gained about $190 on the ground last week, 5.5 yards per carry against the Bills. And the Giants, well, they're giving up about 6 yards per pop. I like New Orleans to be able to run the football, which is what they want to do, set up safe passing, and that means that the Saints go on to the win and cover. Number one play in the countdown is the New Orleans Saints -2 over the New York Giants. Quick recap of the top 5 countdown for Week 5 on Sunday. Under 47 Commander Chargers. That's the number 5 play. Number 4 play, the Ravens +1.5 over the Houston Texans. Number 3 play in London, early start, Browns +3.5 over the Minnesota Vikings. Number 2 play, Cardinals tight end McBride over 63.5 receiving yards. Number 1 play in the countdown, the New Orleans Saints -2 over the New York Giants. Listen, folks, we really appreciate you guys watching these videos. Be sure to click on the like button if you like them, and be sure to subscribe. Then you don't miss anybody's videos when they're posted over at DocSports.com. And we sure have a lot of them nowadays, right? So you can check out, by the way, if you haven't yet, my college football top 5 countdown for this week. Also got a couple of individual game videos, including Illinois, Purdue, if you want to check that out. Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. Best of luck, everybody. Let's put them in the win column.